What's up, Nail Geeks? I am back with Hella Handmade Creations March 2021 contributions. This time I have 13 polishes to show you guys. These are so pretty. I am working double shifts this week, so things are going to get a little bananas for my schedule. So I will not have time to post over the next few days, at least until Friday. So I will be dropping 3 videos for you guys this evening. So keep an eye out for the next 2. And without further ado, let's dive right in. First up is by Dany Vianna, Family Blessings. This is an orange jelly base filled with gold aurora shimmer and gold iridescent flakes. This is part of her mixtape series, specifically for this one, the movie Coco, which is such a wonderful movie. Price will be $12.50 and there's a cap of 100 bottles. So this has a very jelly formula. I'm always raving about this brand. If you have checked out any of my polish pickup videos, this is no exception. Once again, very jelly, but very easy to build up, smooth, easy formula, very vibrant type of orange with a strong golden shimmer. And I'm going to suggest 2 coats and a glossy top coat. And next is Cuticula, the Upside. This is a pink jelly base with a slight purple tinge. It's full of silver holographic flakes, pink holographic glitters, and a sprinkling of shiny blue metallic flakes throughout. This is part of her Lindsay Sterling series. Price is $12.50 and there is no cap. P.S. If you have not checked out Lindsay Sterling's music, it's fantastic cleaning music. I hook it up to my little Google Home thing and I listen to it and it's just good, excellent stuff. But I digress. So this is gorgeous. The Upside is this beautiful, what I would consider almost a soft sort of cotton candy pink. It's so pretty. Lots of sparkles with this one. And for opacity, I'm going to suggest 3 coats. Some may be able to get away with 2 coats, but I found that that 3rd coat really helped to plump it out and just maximize the flaky payoff. Now this dries down flat, but not so textured in my opinion. So I think any top coat will be perfectly fine. In this video, I am using Cuticula's Limitless and you can see just how glossy it made it. And next is Excalibur Pink Jelly. This is a red jelly polish. Price will be $12 and there is a cap of 100. So if you have been curious what exactly I'm talking about when I say jelly finishes, this is it. This is a quintessential jelly finish. It's squishy. It's got this somewhat jello-like formula to it and you will see your free edge if you have one, pretty much regardless of how many coats you wear. They are perfect for bases. Now, pink jelly is a part of Excalibur a kit that she has. So there's a second polish in this set, and this is Alhambra and is described as a coral jelly base with aurora shimmer that shifts from pink to orange. So these are designed to be worn together. You can absolutely wear them on their own. If you choose to purchase the kit, so the duo themselves, there is also a cap of 100 on the duos too. This is so shimmery in person. If you like corals, pinks, and oranges, this is going to be right up your alley. Depending on your lighting, it's going to take on this beautiful pinky appearance, almost like a fuchsia, and at angles it easily shifts over to a strong orange and gold. Absolutely lovely. And Femme Fatale brings us Party Mix. This is a glitter topper filled with 60 different types of glitters in various sizes, shapes, and colors. This is part of her candy series. Price is $13 and there is no cap. So I've got a milky base on. If you're curious, the exact one, it is Anchor and Heart's Mermaid Tears. And this month, I'm going to show you guys how you can do careful placement with these types of glitters. Last month, I believe it was last month, I showed you guys how to use glitters like this, chonky glitters, with a makeup sponge, but you can also do it this way too. This is absolutely packed full of so many different types of glitters. Super fun. There's moons and stars and hearts, squares, triangles, dots, tiny little ones. I mean, it's all over the place. Super, super cute. Now this is heavier on the glitter, so I'm going to suggest a glitter smoothing top coat with it, and you'll be good to go. Really awesome glitter mix. And Girly Bits polish brings us Chateausque. This is a deep periwinkle base packed with color shifting iridescent flakes, color shifting shimmer, and small metallic gold flakes. This is part of her Canadian road trip series. Price is $13 and there is a cap of 275 bottles. So this has a very true jelly formula. It's got a little bit of a squish factor with it. I honestly feel like if you wear this as a topper, especially over what I would think of maybe a pink or a lavender cream, it's going to be so iridescent and pretty. But this can absolutely be worn on its own, and I would suggest 3 light coats on it. It's what I would consider more of the softer type of finishes, but it just packs a punch in terms of shimmer and flaky payoff. So quite a bit of this iridescent and strong golden and green luminous glow. This dries down flat, so I'm going to suggest a glossy top coat, and you can see on my full hand shot just how strong and luminous this one is. And next is Hearts and Promises. All I ask of you. This is a light iron blue hollow polish with gold flakies and copper shimmer. This is part of her Broadway musicals series. Price is $12.50 and there's a cap of 200 bottles. So this has what I consider an overall jelly finish to it. I would classify it as one of those softer sort of shades. So if you have a very prominent free edge like myself, when you build it up in very bright lights, you will see just a touch of your smile line. Now for opacity, I'm going to suggest 3 coats on it. It does plump up really nice. And in general, that base color is what I would consider more of this pastel-y sort of baby blue base. The flakes in here behave very nicely, and they give you this golden sort of pond effect in how they layer up in between your coats. And next is MLF Lacquer Butterfly Kisses. This is a bright pastel blue with aqua to purple to pink iridescent flakes, blue shimmer, linear holographic pigment, scattered silver holographic micro glitters, and blue galaxy glitters. This is part of her Butterfly series. Price is $11 and there's a cap of 100 bottles. So this has a very curly formula to it with a strong squish factor, and it absolutely plumps up very nicely. Now for opacity, I'm going to suggest 3 light coats on it just to maximize all this glowiness happening with those flakes. And I had no issues getting quite a bit of those little blue glitters onto my nails. Per usual, I give my bottles a good shake before applying, and I had no issues with this one. As you can see on the 3rd coat, I'm getting really good coverage with it. I didn't think that, at least in my opinion, that my free edge was very noticeable at the 3rd coat. I think you can kind of see it on the full hand shot here, but please note in person, it was not very noticeable at all. And Night Owl Lacquer brings us Champions. This is a vibrant turquoise linear holographic with turquoise shimmer. This is part of her Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild series. Price is $13 and there is no cap. So I've been really stoked to pretty much swatch and work on Night Owl's Breath of the Wild series. And this one I think might just be my favorite in her set, and this is wonderful. So it's got a bit of a metallic feel on your brush strokes because it is so chock full of hollow goodness, and the shimmer is also very strong too. So this is what I would consider this turquoise, kind of bordering and flirting with being this aqua type of vibe. I think it pops really well against myself. So if you have medium to deep skin tones, I would definitely recommend picking this one up. And for opacity, I'm going to suggest between 2 to 3 coats and a glossy top coat. And next is Pampered Polishes, Moolissa. This is a creamy milk chocolate brown linear holographic with golden shimmer. This is part of her Bob's Burgers series. Price is $12 and there is no cap. So I do agree with that official description. When I was swatching this one, I immediately thought of chocolate milk, and that's exactly what it looks like. So a very smooth, very creamy formula, but I do think it kind of applies like a ultra smooth jelly finish in my opinion. Now for opacity, I'm going to suggest 3 coats on it. It self-levels really well and it plumps out very nicely on the 3rd coat. Those of you that are rocking shorties, you might be able to get away with 2 coats on it, but I think if you just go in lightly, especially with shorties, it's going to be plump for you as well on that 3rd coat. So again, that's just probably me being very particular with how I polish, but that's what I would recommend. And Penelope Luz brings us Excalibur. This is a purple magnetic with a little silver galaxy glitter. This is part of her King Arthur series. Price is $13 and there's a cap of 200 bottles. So this has a very metallic formula feeling to it and very much reminds me of her polish pickup shade. If you checked out my PPU video this weekend, it is very, very pretty. That magnetic pigment is very strong in this. And you can see on the second coat here, plumps out really nice. I like to go in a little bit ham on my magnetic polishes just to ensure that I have plenty of pigment to work with. And I also like to top off with a glossy top coat and then use DRK Nails Magic Magnetic Top Coat, which is what I'm using here. And you can see how gorgeous that silver line looks against that base color. I would definitely agree it's this deep royal sort of purple with a hint of a blue undertone. And Rogue Lacquer brings us Blossoming City. This is a spring green scattered hollow with pink, metallic, and hollow micro flakes. This is the last in her London series, and the price is $12.50, and there is no cap. So this has a true curly formula to me. It's creamy, but it's very plump and has a strong squish factor. Self-levels really well, and you'll get tons and tons of flaky payoff. This is another polish that just reminds me of spring in a bottle. I really like this type of green. I was a little worried it was going to wash out on myself, but I thought it popped really well against me. I think if you are similar in skin tone to me, that full hand shot's really going to give you a good idea of what it's going to look like on you. Now I am going to suggest a good glossy top coat just to smooth out those metallic flakes. And lastly, we have Supernatural Lacquer Earth. This is a lavender purple base with aqua to blue to purple shimmer and micro hollow flakes. This is part of her Elemental series. Price is $12 and there is no cap. So this has what I consider a jelly finish to it. It starts off just a touch on the light, somewhat sheer side. And for opacity, I'm going to suggest going in for 3 coats on it. It has quite a strong shimmer factor to it, and I really like how it plays up against that base color, and it comes off as this, mostly in my opinion, this aqua green sort of shade. At angles, there is absolutely a purple sort of glow with it, more on the extreme side. And it is, again, packed full of micro hollow flakes. Very pretty, gives you that nice, tiny, shredded sort of appearance. Now it dries down flat, so again, I'm going to suggest a good glossy top coat. Now, Hella Handmade Creations will be open for pre-order starting March 14th at 12:01 a.m. Eastern Time and will run until March 21st at 11:59 p.m. Hawaiian time. I will link that website below for you guys. The shop is currently open for preview, so you can check out these and many more that are going to be available this month. I'll also link you guys to the Facebook group if you want to see additional swatches, all that good stuff. You guys know the routine. And as always, if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching.